Living well is the best revenge. Let's talk about it. Rice paddy, a plot of land that is cultivated with reverence, diligence, and vigilance to provide sustenance and prosperity for a community. Daddy, protector, role model, father figure, mentor, guide, advisor, provider, and of course, who's your daddy? Welcome back, YouTube. This is Rice Paddy Reasons, and my name is Isaac, and I am your Rice Paddy Daddy. Hey. Living well is the best revenge. Why is that? In order to properly explain this, I have to first get into why you want revenge in the first place. That usually has to do with bitterness that is the result of some injury that you've sustained in the past. And I can only talk about this because I've been there and I know how you feel. Believe me. Now, I have been around for more than 5 decades now, and I've seen a thing or two, and I have been at the butt end of every kind of discrimination and bullying, and I've been wronged in so many different ways that I can't even list them all. But I want you to know that I understand the anger and the hurt that goes along with it, and that is why I'm gonna tell you that you need to let it go. And when I mean letting it go, I mean that is a decision that you have to make daily. Sometimes it's even hourly, because that is not something that just happens automatically. It's a decision that you have to make constantly and let that anger go, because it will come back. And the reason why you have to let it go is because most of the time you're not really going to be able to take revenge on the person who has wronged you, which means that that anger that is welling up inside you and the hurt that you feel, ultimately that's only hurting you. That's why you let it go. Not for somebody else's sake, but for your own sake. Some people like to say forgive and forget, but I think that that's kind of impossible, especially if it's something that actually hurts you. It's something that you will remember. And forgiving is something that is a beautiful thing, but ultimately forgetting is not something that's truly possible. And let me also say that forgiveness is not the same as allowing somebody the opportunity to hurt you again. A lot of people think that love and hate are opposites, and that's not true. They're two sides of the same coin. Hate is only the darker side of love because you have to care in order to do either one. And if something hurt you deeply on an emotional level, it's usually because you cared enough to love something. And it's only when you can feel love that you can actually truly get hurt from something. So these people who are spouting hate on the internet towards us, okay, those people have been hurt and they care. That's why they have this hate inside them. That's something that you have to understand, is that they have been hurt by toxic people. They might be going back to these toxic people, and they might be experiencing the same thing from people that are just like the people that they've always gone for. We have to understand that that hatred comes from a place of love. It might not be love anymore. It might be something really ugly, but you have to understand where it comes from. And instead of responding with more hatred and more hurtful things, what you should instead do is respond with the actual opposite of love, which is indifference. Now, this is something that you have to practice, and like I said, you have to make this decision over and over, sometimes several times per day. And it's something that has to be practiced until it's something that you do automatically. That is Rice Paddy's rule number 4. If you haven't watched that series, go back and watch that now. So we as men have to understand that this hatred that's coming towards us, okay, comes from a place of deep hurt, and we shouldn't respond with more hatred. I'm not saying it's easy, I'm just saying that it's necessary. You have to understand that people that want to hurt you, ultimately, they're just going to end up hurting themselves. So when it comes to revenge, it's not actually revenge at all. It's just simply living your best life and taking your loyalty, your love, your consideration, and your resources and giving it to somebody that is truly worth it, that responds to you and reciprocates what you feel for them. Live in an environment that you never have to feel resentful for what you provide and what you give, where you can feel free to give 100% of everything that you've got, and you will feel like it's worth every second and every penny. You don't need to hurt anybody, because these toxic people are only going to end up hurting themselves anyways. All you have to do is simply take what is best about you and remove it from their situation. Allow these people to live without the benefits of your presence. So in many cases, this really means, hey, get your passport. Don't let anybody bring you down to their level. Be a good person and respond with indifference. And sometimes, in order to teach somebody the right way to be, you're just gonna have to let them die alone. Focus on being the best version of yourself in every single way, and channel all of that anger into something positive and turn it into your drive to be better in every single way. 3 things, guys: a budget, a side hustle, and an investment. If you have any questions for me, go ahead and email me at ricepaddyreasons@gmail.com. I am happy to have a consultation with any single one of you guys. So let go of that bitterness and allow what's best in you to flourish. And I will see you guys in the next video. But until then, passports up. You guys keep growing, live free, and deserve your victory.